In nuclear option, PvP servers can be really punishing, especially for new players. A lot of people bounce off of it after joining a big PvP match and getting murked by players and endgame jets until they're broke. Personally, I recommend learning in smaller lobbies that are still in the early stages. If you look closely, you should be able to spot a few in the server browser at most times. This match is pretty fresh. I have a personal rule that I always join the losing team. If the teams get too unbalanced, everyone on one side will leave and the match turns into a PvE lobby. Be a good sport. I always start with the chicane. It's a risk spending most of your starting cash up front, but I think it's usually pretty worth it. I start by picking off any light vehicles and air defenses that I can with the linchpins. My first priority off the bat is to get a couple levels and some money going so I can afford to keep flying if I get shot down. Dust Bowl is undefended, so I'm gonna head over there and see what they'll let me get away with. You can't ignore a chicane. It can do a lot of damage if you don't contest it. Dust Bowl, like its Biscali twin, SBGA, has no hardened shelters. This means you can wipe it out in a single sortie. I still have a bunch of munitions left, so let's go chip at those factories over there. With that, we're out of ammo. It would take a while to fly back to our base, so let's see if there's a closer munitions truck. As I come up on the C-ram, a player pushes me in the revoker. Once he gets inside of 3 miles, I decide to use my AGMs on the C-ram so that I can focus on the jet. However, my gunner locks in, making a fool out of me. The jet backs off, and I land to rearm again. But as I go in for the landing, he swings around and takes another pass. The next target is Sanddrift. This base is much more heavily defended than Dust Bowl. We're going to have to approach using the terrain. I target everything I can see that has the ability to intercept munitions so that my next attack will be nice and easy. I stay low and fly into cover. Once I get close enough, I dump everything and try to clear the main defenses.
Right engine failure. Left engine
We managed to
failure.
kill
Tail
every
rotor
interceptor
failure.
except a spag. Killing the lads here is well worth it, even if we die. I spawn an Ibis with an infantry unit, and I take it up to Dust Bowl to capture it. It's been lying there blank since we finished with it earlier. After the world's easiest capture, it's back into the chicane for more ground pounding. The nukes have traced out most of their bases, and without any of the radar SAMs we've been killing, those TBM launchers are probably gonna hit. While I'm working on a convoy, another player decides he wants a piece, this time in an Ifrit. We play bullfighter for a while, but eventually a battlefield moment puts me out of commission before I can kill him.
Left engine failure. Right engine failure. Tail rotor failure.
I respawn and he responds by throwing some shiny PAB 250s at my new base, just barely avoiding killing me. The nukes land and clear a lot of the map. The only spawns they have left are Vigil K, the Fleet, and Agripole. A large part of why our nukes destroyed so much is because we spent a lot of the early game scouting out their bases. I clean up some stragglers left behind by the nukes and move on to their aircraft factories, but I'm run down by a player who sees the trick I'm doing.
Right engine failure. Main rotor damage.
By now we've racked up a fortune, so I can spawn an Ifrit with some GPO 500s to avenge myself and clear that objective. After we
Right
land,
engine
I run
failure.
into a string of
Left
unfortunate
engine
sorties,
stall. Right.
including one where I have a one-winged A-19 dogfight that ends in me getting cross-mapped by a different player.
Right engine failure.
By now, all that's left to do is clean up their last bases and win. It's time to pull out the Dark Reach. My teammate has been pounding their bases with Tuscos, so I'm going to join in and add some volume to an already hard to deal with barrage. I have enough money that I'm not worried about surviving the initial attack, so I get nice and close, even at the cost of my life.
Left engine fire. Left engine fire.
Now, finally, all that's left to do is finish off Agripole. Let's give it a beautiful send-off.